Zanabudulaga District Program Officer City 2 Dr. H. Mlato Shikhu October 29 the NSCN Unification Gehoi Kamti detain Korea Uperde Mlato Shikhu address Krusha. Mlato Gushigi Tai recently Chelsea Kikon Lokode Court ti Shatigura Upper Tailaga Kormanugan Kushina Pavra Abduction do Blot Krusha. Mlato claim Krushigi Taiki detain Grigna Raka Upper Chelsea Kikonbra Police Station de FIR Tarch Kurbele Chasame Tailaga FIR do Luanai aro Tailaga Maki Chelsea Kikon ke Chopis Kanta Nimide Women Police Station de Rakishe. Mamla Upper Legna details Saisavo.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. H. Mlato Shikhu. I'm a DPO, Zunaboto. Yes, there may be some viral on 29th. So I want to clarify that. On 29th, I got a call from National Workers Gehoi Camp, UT1, around 10:55 a.m. in the morning when I was in the hospital. So the other night, my son was not at home, so I thought something might have happened to him. So when I asked them what happened, they said that your son is been detained in a camp. That's what they told me. That's why my wife and myself, we went to that camp to inquire about that. But it was a false allegation from my family members and my brothers that they wanted to detain me. That recently I got married. So recently I got married, court married with Chelsea Kikon Kaur. So means they were not happy with that, maybe. So that was a plot of what it started. So I was, we went together. We stayed. We met the chairperson, everything. Then myself also and my wife also asked them what happened to my son. They told me that 4 of them were detained, but then 3 of them is a minor case, and my son has a serious issue. That's why they called me. That was the first thing they told me. Then after we had a talk, and also I told him, my son, yeah, maybe nowadays they take drugs, this and that. That's why I was also worried, because he was taking drugs. I have seen in his room that sunflower, whatever it was in his room. And me being a doctor who has been looking after this detox, I'm the one who's been looking after detox for quite some time. So let me just have a word with my son. They said, no, just wait for some time. Then after that, they told my wife to go out for some 5 minutes. They wanted to discuss something with me. So I said, fine. So I told my wife, you please stay out for 5 minutes or so. They want to have something with me, discuss something with me. So I said, fine. After my wife went out, they told me that I have been Kala Jadu, black magic by someone. They didn't mention my name, my wife's name. They told that she has, I have been black magic and I have been given love potion and all this and that. So that you have to stay here for detox, plus you have to go for some counseling, prayer and all. That's why I told her, see, I am the one who is opening a detox, and from so many prayer centers and all, they used to refer to me that they have done Kala Jadu or whatever this and that. So I don't believe in all these things. Usually, why these people, I don't believe in this thing, is that usually, well, a person has been kept in a rehab, or when they are kept in a prayer center without giving them treatment, they started having withdrawal, and at the time they think that this is a Kala Jadu, Manuba Jadu, Dishe, whatever they used to keep on telling, and they used to come to me. So I said, no. See, like if there is any other issues and all, I can stay and I can talk, but then I said that I won't stay here. So they said, fine. They requested me for quite some time to stay, but I said no. Then after that, I told me, let me just see where my wife is. So I just went out, and my wife's car was not there. Meantime, they have chased her away. And after sometimes I came to know, that's why I rang up to my wife, and I told her, you kindly go to the Thana and file a FIR that I've been detained. And it's something like kidnapped, because it is all planned for my brother and my children only. That's why I told no. You go and file the FIR and let the people know the truth. That's what I told them. I told her, I told my wife. And after sometimes I gave a SOS message in my WhatsApp. In case they don't release me, then I'll just send the SMS message in the social media. That's what my plan was. So I even wrote down the message and I kept. Then I was negotiating with them, like, what was the reason? Who has told them to detain me? Then after some time they told me it is both my son. But I'll tell you, both my sons has been taking drugs for sometimes on and off, so they've been constantly after my treatment before. So, but my son is doing, he has finished his BA and he was doing LLB, but this year I came to know that he was not studying, so I came to realize, or maybe it's a plot of, because how can they plot like this? Then after realizing all these things, I came to know that my wife was arrested without warrant and was kept in the lockup. So from there I started trying to call up so many friends. I put even in NIDA, because I'm also a member of NIDA, Nagaland Service Doctors Association, this and that. But then there was someone who just say it's a family matter, so let them solve it like that. So if it is a family matter, in the first instant, my parents should talk with me, my brother should talk with me for what family problem is there. See, when two sons become drug addicts, naturally the first thing I have to do is stop their pocket money, which I did not do also, but I was giving them. Till last month I gave to my youngest son even up to 57,000, because he was having birthday, this and that. So that much. Then the second thing about my son is, since he is not studying, since he stopped going to college, I think almost 1.5 years, and he was staying in Delhi. So I tried to find out then. So, and 2 months back, I think he even told me that without your money also I can survive. That's what he told me. So my brothers and my children were feeding them. My 2 elder daughters were feeding them. See, this is the pure sign of what you call kidnap, which has been syndicated by my brothers, my elder brother, his wife, and my children. Because it has nothing to do with the national workers of Kehoikem. They were doing, which was directed by them. Because me also, as a doctor, I know many people in Kehoikem or IMKM or wherever, because I was a medical officer and as well as a senior medical officer in this civil hospital, Dimapur. So I know lots of people, and lots of people knows me. So I came to find out that it is my elder brother who has been pressuring them to keep me there, detain me for few days. That was the thing which I learned. So they were being misguided by my elder brother. And I'm very unhappy with the police, Nagaland police also. When my wife went to lodge an FIR, she was not allowed to file the FIR. I'm a government servant. Rather, they threatened her that she'll be handcuffed, and she was detained in the women's cell whole night. And in the women's cell also, there was no FIR, but how was no warrant? They cannot.
Excuse me, let me interrupt.
Yeah.
Is it women's cell or women thana? I believe you mean
women's cell, Women Police Station.
That's behind West Thana. Yeah. That's women police station.
Yeah, women police station.
Let us be specific about this.
Yeah. Women police station. That is the backside of that West police station. And during our detention, even to go for toilet or or any private, they used to let her open the door, and she has to do for urination or for passing stool also. They used to keep the door open, and during that process, we don't know whether she was pregnant or not, but then she started bleeding from there. So these things, because of this thing, I even, since they did not take the FIR, so the next day after I was released from, it was, I think, communicated with them that I was really released around 4:30 to 5. I was released from that, and they told me that whenever anything arises, they will call me or something like that. They told me that I was released like that. Meantime, here also she was released, but her FIR was not taken. My FIR was not taken. The next day I went, I tried to give my statement. At first they refused, and after a long discussion only they took my statement. Then I told, on top of that, I wanted to, both my lawyers were there when I gave statement, so I wanted to file an FIR, but they did not accept the FIR. So meantime, again I got after they did not let me file the FIR, so I went back. As we were going back, again I started getting a call from the underground camp, Khewa camp, that you have to come back and we have to discuss something. So I said, see, my wife is sick, so this on 28th only my wife was having fever, so I checked blood and she was dengue positive. So I even plead to them. I plead there the national worker people also to kindly release me because my wife is sick, but they did not release me. Out here also I even talked with the higher ups in the Nagaland police to release my wife and all, but they did not. So I told, in what ground she has been arrested? Where is the warrant? Because I'm a government officer and I'm a government servant. So to arrest my wife, you need a warrant. And without warrant, how can you arrest her? For the false allegation, how can the person be arrested like that? So afterwards, I'll show you the allegation which was given to her and why she was arrested. I'll show you that thing also, because I've already clicked it and I'm keeping it with me. And on top of that, I told them, let me counterfile the FIR, but they are not showing me the first FIR which my wife has lodged. So how can I counter the FIR again? Because they are not showing, because they have not registered it. Rather, they're telling this it is under investigation. How can you do like that? When a person goes, that it's something like kidnapping case or detention or whatever it is, I'm a government servant, so the government should have taken the first step. Then when my wife has gone to lodge the FIR, I think it was the duty of the Nagaland police to take the FIR, but they did not take. I think these are all people were thinking that it's a family matter. Yes, it's a family matter, but then why did the family take that step? So, and from where my children got so much money to do all this syndicate work? It is all my brothers, my elder brothers doing. So, and plus, I want to tell the media to kindly take out the name of the national workers, because they have been forcefully detected to detain me. And I have no clashes with the national workers. There are so many national workers from different groups. But whichever group I have mentioned in the social media when I was, when I gave SOM message, so I think after learning everything, it was all this sinister of my children and my elder brother and my sister-in-law, my brother's wife. Thank you. Yeah, this is my official FIR.
Which you mailed to the Commissioner of Police?
Which I mailed to the Commissioner of Police and to the DGP. because after I had a discussion with DGP, he told me to mail it to him. But after mailing it also, I have no reply.
Okay, so they have not acted on it?
Yeah, they have not acted on it. Because of that, I wanted to tell the truth in the media.
So how many times did your wife and you try to register the FIR? More than 3 times?
More than 3 times, I think.
It was on the 29th of October, since the children of Dr. Mlato has already registered an FIR, and that, depending on that FIR, her wife was arrested on the day. And regarding that FIR lodged by the children, his wife lodged and counter FIR. Basing on the FIR lodged by the children, and again about his kidnapping, she lodged another FIR. Until now, none of the FIR has been registered. We went to check it out in the police station. They could not show that the FIR had been registered till now.
So what does the law say on this?
According to the law,
say refusing to register or accept a counter FIR.
Look, the FIR must be registered. Anybody can register an FIR in any police station, no matter who he is or what he is. Since they feel that the need of filing an FIR has been arrived, he or she has the right to file an FIR. But the police has said that, like doctor has said, that it was a family matter, so they are trying to negotiate with both the families. Until now, the FIR has not been registered. That was the only answer we got.
So, and what was the FIR against his wife?
His wife, that, like he said, like this unwanted prophecy and this black magic law portions and all these things.
Do you have a copy of that FIR?
Yeah, it is not printed out, but it is in the form. The doctor told that the soft copy is there.
There were claims that you got married very recently.
Yes.
And it was a court marriage.
Yes.
Now there are claims that it was taken to court also regarding a case was registered saying that the witnesses were not from the family, or the 3 witnesses, something got to do with the witnesses. Now can you explain a little on that, or what was it and why the stay order was there or from the court?
See, like, we have been staying for almost 2 months together. So we went to court, we asked the people, the magistrate office, then they told that since we have been staying together for quite some time, what we need is your distinct. I don't know which schedule. They told us that you don't have to file in the, you don't have to publish in the paper or anything, and you can get married. That's what they told me. And the witnesses were my cousin, brother, who is married, and then from her side, her mother came. Then another was a friend. So 3 of them signed. And I'm 55 years. My wife is 38 years. Because I tried to get the consent of my children and my parents and my other siblings. They were refusing. So I'm not a small. I'm a grown-up man. My wife is a grown-up lady. So naturally, if they refuse also, I have to get married, because I was staying with her for more than 2 months. We were in living relation.
There was no fabrication of anything, witness why it was taken to court in the first place.
Because
And the court decided on it.
that's what I'm telling. My children, my siblings, my parents, they refuse.
Okay, you have also named some police officers in the FIR. So what are their connections to this case? You have mentioned DCP Muru and Dr. Jamalna from DCP.
Because they did not allow my wife to file FIR that I have been kidnapped. And not only that, if she has been arrested without warrant, They tell that FIR was not lodged. Then why didn't they detain my children also who filed the FIR? Till unless that she has done something wrong, they have to be there. They did not file, the FIR was not lodged and she was being arrested without warrant. And she was kept overnight. Then what were the police people doing? They have to see from the both sides.
So this is to the lawyers. What does the law, the new law, say on the alleged illegal detention of Dr. Mlato's wife overnight?
See, the new law also states the same thing as the old law, because there is no section, no particular section, nothing has been changed there. That until and unless a warrant is there, they detained her saying that it was just for an inquiry. So after the inquiry, why should the inquiry take 24 hours?
So have you filed a complaint in this regard?
Yes, we have tried to complain in this regard. As stated before, our FIR is not being, registered or accepted by the police officer.
You mean about the alleged illegal detention?
Yes.
Okay, another FIR was filed regarding that.
We have.
See, regarding the illegal the detention matter, because the detention has already been done, 24 hours has been already been spent. So we asked the officers in charge why was she detained without a warrant for more than 24 hours. They said that it was just for our safety. They told me like that. So that I told them, hey, you should have done the inquiry and called their parents and signed a BR bond and let her go, because she has a minor son. On that reply also they said it was for her safety only. They said like that. And regarding the matrimonial case, I want to comment something that the matrimonial case was, the family court judge has put that stay order for that marriage on the grounds that since there was lack of procedure. Actually, matrimonial cases, a notice of 1 month is issued. And for objection and all these things, if anything arises. But since that 1 month period was waived out, that also it is written in the provision that it is in the discretion of the judge. And since the judge is the administrative officer, that is the ATC of DC court, so we thought that since it was not necessary, since they were all matured and adults and grown-ups, and they had their own witnesses, then I think for that reason he waived out that notice period, and on that reason he allowed the marriage. But their children's advocate had approached the court, and the court has ordered a stay order on that marriage case. That's all I can say for now.
So that means the marriage is null and void, right?
No. But it's not been cancelled yet. We can contest it.
So, what do you want right now regarding the press conference you are giving? What message do you want to give to the law enforcement agencies or anything, any message?
So we are all law-abiding citizens of India. So whenever FIR was lodged, they should have accepted it in the first place. And no one should be discriminated of race, looks and all. They told like this to my wife that itu plain manula FIR no lobby. That's what the SCP or DCP said like that.
My name is Chelsea Kikon, the wife of Dr. Mlato Shikhu and the daughter of Dr. Let Koben Ngikon. And as per the statement that has already been given by my husband on the 29th, he have already given the background of the story, so I'll say about how I was arrested. Then my husband told me to come and shut down the hospital and let the patient give the refund to the patient, the in-house patient, because they need to go somewhere. The doctor is not there. So after that I came to the hospital so I can give refund to the patients. And in the meantime the police came. At first I went to CP, but they said CP is on leave because it was SOS, and I had to file a kidnapping or detention FIR for on behalf of my husband. He sent me an SOS message. Then after that, since CP is not there, I went to TCP, and we were sitting there for more than an hour, and we were just discussing about family things, and I wasn't aware what was happening. And after that, it was taking time. I even wrote the FIR in front of her, okay, for my husband's kidnapping. I asked her, what do I usually do? And after that, I came down because my husband told me, please go and let the patients go to civil hospital or somewhere because they are dengue patients. And after that, before I filed the FIR in East Police Station, the woman from the police station, they came and they said, you have to come right now with us. I said, why? I don't know what's happening. And after that, they said that they called you. I said, they called me for what? And I do have a degree in journalism. I know the law. We did study the law. I at least know the basic right that I have as a citizen of this country. So I said, if there is anything against me, you show me arrest warrant, or you let me know if there is an FIR against me or not. They said, nothing like that. You just come for 10 minutes. I said, I will not be able to come. My husband has been kidnapped or detained, and then I have to right now file an emergency FIR. And they said, we will put a handcuff on you if you don't come. And they forced me to sit in the car. I said, I will not be sitting in the car. I don't know what is the basis of the crime that I committed. I said, I will come in my personal car. And so there was a police constable who sat in the back of my car and came along with me. And they said, just come for 10 minutes, give your statement for something. So I thought this is in regards to the FIR that I was going to file for my husband's detention. I did not know that there has been an FIR filed against me. And after that, when I reached the police station, they started taking away my bag, my phone, and detaining me, and they did not allow me the right to call a lawyer. And it was around 3:20 we were there. After that, it started becoming night, and then they were not specific. I said, can I read the FIR that was filed against me by whom? And it took them hours and hours to tell me that the children of my husband have filed an FIR against me. So I said, like, it is my right to read the FIR, and after that they did not allow me. So I said, I don't know the contents exactly of the FIR to file, but I would like to counterfile an FIR because I do have me and my minor son. I have a 7-year-old son from my first marriage. So me and my minor son have already been given life threat by his brother's children, by my stepchildren, and so I did not go ahead because I'm a mother. So in the past I took them seriously, but I never filed an FIR because I'm a mother and I can't do that. But then the issue has come to such a state where I had to go ahead and file a counter FIR, and they refused to accept. They told me, like, we have an order from the higher department that we will not be accepting your FIR, and that you need to go to the Thana. I even stated my rights. I even stated habeas corpus. It was sundown already. And I told them, you need to let me go. I'm not running anywhere. I'm a law-abiding citizen. And I will come back tomorrow morning if you need me. Or you can even send police with me. But then they refused to let me go. And they did not let me call my lawyer, no phone. And in the Thana, even for going to the toilet, they let me open the door and they were standing there. All my rights were violated. And this is a human right issue, and I really request the Women Commission of Nagaland and the Human Rights to also take up this issue, because here, my husband is an educated person who has been serving the state faithfully for so many years. I am an educated person and a social worker, and if this can happen to somebody like me, it can happen to anybody. Like, just imagine that somebody without the degree or knowledge of the law at all, then what will happen to them? So I really want that this time steps should be taken by Human Rights and Women Commission also, and whatever wrong things the police have done. I also want to say this on record, that the police personnel in the women police station, they did not torture me, and they tried the level best to reason with their higher officials, because on the phone we could hear clearly, the speaker was so loud. And the women officials from state BJP Mahila were also there, my colleagues, and they could also hear that they clearly told the OC that you cannot accept her FIR, you have to arrest her. So it's not that the OC and her colleagues did not try to help me, and they were instructed to put me in lockup, but they even gave me their bed. I know it's not a comfortable one, but they did give me a bed also to sleep, because like for them, they don't want to judge me, they don't want to judge. So the OC told the higher official, if we have to arrest her, we have to arrest her children and the brother, the engineer Joseto, chief engineer, BWT housing, the main person behind the instigation and brainwashing of all this plan. So the OC was very clear that they also have to be in Thana, but the police said no, they will not be. And that is how I spent more than 24 hours before, even after my lawyers turned up and I signed a bond. They did not let me go, and then they gave me the phone only the next day. I did not even, I'm a diabetic and I was dengue positive, very serious. I have very low blood platelets, and I could not even take my medicine. They did not allow me to go and get it. And after that, then I started getting frustrated. They said, like, you can't raise your voice. I said, my husband is missing. I don't have my phone. My 7-year-old son is running a 103 fever. And then here I'm dengue positive, I'm diabetic. Both my husband and me are diabetic. And still then, they did not allow me to go home also. And at last, around 1 o'clock, I asked the FIR file against me, and then I saw. And I was very shocked and sad to learn it was such a vague FIR, questioning my education, job, identity, and background. They were questioning my parentage and my education. I do have a lot of people. I studied in lovely professional university, and I was also advisor of a Northeast Student Union in Punjab during COVID. I was a social worker, so a lot of paper and all, they covered me, they know. And I did serve in a lot of capacity over there. So many years I stayed in Punjab, and they were questioning that I don't have education and my job and all this thing. So it was very shocking that the police, without even Googling or asking around the fact, they decided to keep me like that. And after that, at last, the next day, they said, we are accepting your FIR. And then the people who filed FIR against me, they were saying really bad thing and baseless allegation to me in front of the ECB, but she did not try to control them. And they said, my husband and me, we married on the 26th of September in the court. See, when you go to the court, it is not our wish what to do. The court has a procedure. So if we were told by the marriage officer that, like, we were married under Section 13, Schedule 5, I think. So it's a special marriage act where the 30 days can be foregone at the discretion of the marriage officer. But then it's a very shocking thing that they have put a stay order on our marriage, and the family said that I have done black magic on my husband. Actually, this is a very, very serious allegation, but at the same time, nobody who is educated will take it seriously. We as a Christian, and most of us are born again Christian as well, how can the police act on the fact that somebody have put allegation about black magic? And I stayed away from Nagaland for many years. I don't even know what is black magic. And then only after I came out of the jail, I realized like what black magic is about, because I never paid attention to all this thing. And then there were so many educated people who believed this, including his engineering educated brother, the chief engineer of PWT. He was the one who orchestrated all this thing and assassinated my husband and my character completely. So we want justice, and since police is not giving us justice, we want the media to give us justice. And I'm not saying we are right, but please search your facts. You investigate, you see both the parties. and see who is in the right. But I just want to say that the truth shall prevail, because this is a very gross injustice done, especially for somebody of my husband's stature who have served the society very, very faithfully. And if he is 55 years, I'm 38 years, the Constitution gives us a right to marry anyone we want. I think it's nobody's business to question our marriage. Even if they cancel our marriage license, we will go ahead and get married because that is our right. But just because two people get married, you can't drag property issue, you can't drag all this kind of baseless allegation on people. So they should really come out and apologize to our national worker for wasting our time, for wasting their time. Engineer Joseto and Dr. Mlato's children should apologize to the Gehoi camp for wasting their time and for instigating them, because it's not their fault. And also they should apologize to the public of Nagaland for wasting their time. Thank you.
Now you are claiming the police have refused your complaints. Have you tried approaching the court or the State Women Commission or even the National Women Commission?
Sir, I did not have a phone to call anyone. I was even denied the right of a lawyer.
After your release?
Sir, we were in hiding. My husband was very traumatized. He was getting repeated calls from the camp. He had to sign a bond. He told me recently that he had to sign a bond stating that whenever you are summoned, you need to be present there. So we were very traumatized, and then we were going here and there. I told my husband, let's stay home. We did nothing wrong, so we need to be here. But my husband was already traumatized. I don't know if you understand the situation of somebody like that, but he was very traumatized, and we were running around here and there. And we just came to know that our phones have been tapped because somebody came and told us we were in Guwahati, okay? And then somebody came in the morning and said, your brother said you were in Guwahati and you came back last night. So our phone, even my mother don't know where I was. So now they are tapping the phones that we came to know.
So who do you think is tapping the phone? It requires very, permission from the very top.
If it's not the police, then who else, I think? How did they know we were in Guwahati? How did they know we came back last night home? We kept our phones off. We informed nobody.
Why do you think the family members of your husband, or I would say Dr. Mlato, have such a very big issue with you? This is all stemming from there, with you, the FIR filed against you, and nothing against your father, but then taking him to Gehoi camp was one of the main things. But why do you think that is the case?
See, this issue is not from now. We met only in February, we married in September. This issue have been going on for a long time. They used to snatch, the children used to snatch, it's right after the mother died last year, they will snatch away his phones, they'll lock him, they'll beat him, they'll transfer money to himself from his account. Because they were used to substance already, and they were used, and as a government doctor, everybody know how much a deputy director earns. But they want 5 lakhs each month, all of them, and that is 20 lakhs. He can't afford to give them. Even if he can't afford to give them, so they will lock him up and they'll beat him. That is why he ran away to my home, and he started living with me even before marriage, because the issue was such that, and I believe that I am just a collateral damage in the fight for property. I just got stuck in between. I happened to get stuck in between. And this issue was from before. They wanted to take over his hospital and his properties, and the elder father, Engineer Joseto, he even orchestrated for the son to get out from Pune, stopping his education, and then he kept him in Delhi. And after that, he was keeping the sons in their home, in his home, without the knowledge of the father also. So I just, unluckily, I'm just caught in the middle, collateral damage, and it's all about him and his property, that the fight started long time ago.
Dr. Mlato Shikhu laga abduction case upade Commissioner of Police Dimapur bra media kan ke address kra samge kuishagi mamla upade chanpin jaise aro itu ekta sensitive family issue ase. CB Bergushigi, DCB Ruth Muru, aro ADCB, Tiaman Lapom Laka Kilaf, Ki Arop Laka Ignase, Idukando, baseless. CB Gushi, Chelsea Gikongi, lock up the Rakishe Guado, Misase. Police press up Laka statement Luginase, aro Mamla Uperde Chanbin Kurese. It case to ekta ongoing ase aro police per Chanbin Kura Kutumha Bichidi, Hosatu Kiase Chanibo. Story upper update Rakibo Nimidi, Saitakibi, Global Window.